the best in the people who care about this. In those types of questions that I mentioned before, these are the ones that assume the best in people rather than suspecting the worst in them. When huge leaps forward happen, a civil rights movement, an Indian independence movement, a South African freedom movement, when huge leaps forward happen, those movements are bringing out the best in people who have systematically had their best taken from them. Who else cares about this, and what can we do to bring out the best in them? We accomplish great things when we assume the best in what it is to be human, rather than suspecting the worst. Who else cares about this? And again, that's not the questions we culturally ask. The questions we ask are all rooted in suspecting the worst in each other. And really what they all come down to is, how can I make sure you don't do bad things? And that's what we're asking all the time, and all of our systems are rooted in that. My favorite example of this was a foundation board that I was working with, where the CEO wanted to do some community engagement, wanted to get out into the community and ask community members, what is important to you? And that's a pretty cool thing for a foundation to be doing. And so the foundation CEO went to his board and he said, I want to engage community members and find out what's important to them. And one of his board members raised his hand and said, what if we ask them what's important and they're wrong? Yeah. Who else cares about this? And what do we do to bring out the best? Talk about suspecting the worst in people. What if you don't know what's really important to you? And again, that suspecting thing, just imagine what that triggers in our brains when we suspect each other. We have set up workplace conditions. We have set up systems that are intended for good. But what they actually do is they actually trigger all of the things that put us at our worst. If you have been frustrated in working with other people, it is frequently because our systems are set up to not see each other as potential, but to see each other as potential for risk. How many of you guys have spent all day trying to find somebody because you found their wallet? I know I have. Yep, I see a couple of hands. Do you know how many wallet studies they've done over the past 100 years? Type wallet study into Google, and they are constantly doing psychological studies to see if you find a wallet, will you return it? And no kidding, the vast majority of people return the wallet. They don't do anything with the credit cards, they don't do anything with the money, but if I lose my wallet, what happens? I gotta cancel all my credit cards, and I know it's gonna be, they may return it, but it's not gonna have any of the cash in it. Right? I mean, the studies are so consistent, over and over and over and over and over again. And yet we immediately go to the place of, regardless of the facts, yeah, I know that's the facts, but my wallet, they're gonna take all the stuff out.